Of course, we need to prioritize the ABCs of life, being the airway, breathing, and circulation. For our first problem, this is impaired gas exchange related to carbon monoxide poisoning. We have the assessment, which it consists of subjective and objective cues. Subjective cues, patient verbalizes difficulty of breathing, shallow rapid breathing, wheezes upon auscultation, and then the objective cues are the non-verbal. We have the ABG result of partial oxygen less than 60 mm per mercury and partial carbon dioxide greater than 50 mm per mercury. Also, this oxygen saturation less than 90%. For our goal, this is to maintain adequate tissue oxygenation. To achieve our goal, we should have this nursing intervention. First, we must provide 100% humidified oxygen. And then, we should assess breath sounds and monitor patient for signs of hypoxia. What are the signs of hypoxia? These signs include changes in mental status, agitation, confusion, lethargy, coma, and maybe diaphoresis, full extremities, and difficulty of breathing. And then we should observe for the following: erythema, blistering of lips or buccal mucosa, face nostrils, burns of face, neck or chest, increasing hoarseness, as this may indicate possible inhalation injury. Then monitor ABG values, pulse oximetry readings, and carboxyhemoglobin levels. Also, we need to report signs of respiratory difficulty. We should also prepare to assist with intubation and escharotomy if needed. And then we should monitor mechanically ventilated patients closely. For our expected outcome, there should have absence of dyspnea, respiratory rate between 12 to 20 beats per minute, lungs are clear of auscultation, arterial oxygen saturation greater than 96% by pulse oximetry, and ABG within normal limits. Next, we have the nursing diagnosis of ineffective airway clearance related to edema and effects of smoke inhalation. For our assessment, patient manifests abnormal breath sounds like stridor, increased production of secretions, hypoxemia, and labored breathing. For our goal, we must maintain patent airway and adequate airway clearance. To achieve this goal, these nursing interventions must be implemented. Maintain patent airway through proper patient positioning. Removal of secretions and artificial airway is needed. Provide humidified oxygen and encourage patient to turn, cough, and deep breath. Thus, this promotes mobilization and removal of secretions. And also, we have to encourage patients to use insensitive spirometry and suction if needed. For our expected outcome, patent airway, respiratory secretions are minimal, clean, and then respiratory rate, pattern, and breath sounds are normal. For our third nursing diagnosis, we have fluid volume deficit related to increased capillary formation